me down, I ain't going out. As the culture turns, you gotta figure it out. They see you getting it poppin', they gon' try and come around. I be down to go out like and keep it live round. In the blick, get you hit. Bitch, we gon' get you first. Don't get caught up in the mix. Better watch out for that blitz. Can't deny that I'm lit. You can't deny that I'm lit.
Can't deny that I'm lit. Gotta ride with your blick. Fuck watching for the option. Be the cops to get you hit. I just right up off the porch. Mama said stay up out the mix. Niggas up when I was broke. They left me down on my dick.
All right, what's up, y'all? Welcome to Jameer with the Journalism, presented to you by As the Culture Turns. All right, now before we get into everything, I just want to highly encourage you to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure you hit that notification bell. You can also follow us on Instagram. Okay, now let's get into it. So our topic for today is involving these people right here, and in this picture, it is Quavo and Chris Brown, and Karrueche is in both pictures with both gentlemen because she was dating them both at one time. Not at one time, at once before. And I do feel like this is the cause of all of the beef because Quavo started to date Karrueche after Chris Brown. All right. So what I got right here, listen here. Chris Brown is done playing around. The R&B singer has spent years throwing shots at Quavo, but the gloves have officially come off. All right. He dropped the song Weakest Link on April 19th, and it establishes a level of disrespect that the beef had previously lacked. Chris Brown not only calls Quavo the worst member of Migos, but he goes after the rapper's love life. More specifically, he claims to have slept with Quavo's girlfriend while the couple were still together. Like I said, the gloves are off. Now, for those of you who are wondering, well, who's the girlfriend? Or, you know, who is the person Chris Brown slept with? It was actually this young lady right here who goes by the name of Saweetie, who is an American rapper and a model. All right, so this is Saweetie, Quavo's former girlfriend. She is currently with YG right now. So that's was the whole, what the debacle was about. I guess Chris Brown had to get his lick back or whatever. All right, so Chris Brown and Quavo's differences go way back. For a lot of you who don't know, I'm going to provide some context on when this all first started, because to some people it may seem as if this came out of nowhere where the beef started. I'm here to provide the journalism because I did my research and I always do my research. So I'm going to show a clip of when the public was first made of there being a kerfuffle between these two. Chris Brown and the group Migos at the time. So let me show this right here was the BET Awards after party. It was a fight in the parking lot or almost an altercation. And then after that, there's a video of Offset being questioned by TMZ the day or the weekend after the incident. So here we go.
Oh, they about to pump.
Happened at the BET Awards, a big commotion backstage. You and Chris Brown.
Having a whole lot of paper. That's all it is. Having a whole lot of paper.
You mean a whole lot of cheese between?
A whole lot of paper, a whole lot of haters, man.
Who was hating on who though? Like what's?
I don't know what's going on with that. I'm just saying, a whole lot of haters.
No, but why did it happen? Like why was there beef?
Ain't no beef. Ain't no smoke. Nigga don't want no smoke.
There's no beef?
We don't want no smoke.
Let me ask you this. I know at the end of the day, money talks. Is there any way you could ever, jump on a record with Breezy?
Find anything that was good up in the store?
Or you got any way you and Breezy could ever be cool?
I ain't got no beef with nobody, man. I can get into the
Hey,
money.
what's up with Joe Bud, man? What's he hating on y'all?
Yeah, why was Joe hating? So are you saying Migos and Chris are cool? Is that what you're saying?
Who?
Chris
I
Brown.
ain't saying none of that. I don't know nothing what you talking about.
Fans want to know. Tell the fans, why was there a commotion?
I don't even know what you're talking about, man.
You think he's jealous because he kind of been falling off a little bit?
I'm getting
Y'all
paid.
just stayed #1 on the charts the whole time. You think maybe you got a little jealous?
We at the top, man. I don't know what's going on with nobody. I just know we winning.
Yeah, you have a message for Chris Brown at all? What's your message to Chris Brown that's watching this? I like that. The death stand.
All right, so that right there was the altercation, and then Offset was questioned about the altercation shortly after the altercation. Now, ever since then, Chris Brown has been calling out Quavo nonstop, and again, I feel and I think the public know that this is all over the whole Karuchi situation. So every chance Chris Brown got, he called out Quavo. So I'm gonna show some clips of that as well.
Get your bitch ass out here.
Back next year. Yeah. 2 seasons in a row, Crew League, you guys are champions. You know, I heard y'all call out some people last year.
Yeah, he was scared. Quavo.
Who scared?
Quavo, bring your out of here again. I said it twice.
Second time.
Second time.
Now you really don't like nobody when you continuously call them out and you call them out by name. You're not throwing no subliminals. You're not leaving it up to the imagination for people to put the pieces together of who you're talking about. He knows what he wants. He wants that smoke with Quavo. And if I had to comment real quick on who I think will win in a fight between Chris Brown and Quavo, I think Chris Brown would win a fight. It definitely feel like Chris Brown has more stamina. Chris Brown definitely will get down, and I just feel as though that I have legit reasons why I think Quavo or even Offset wouldn't win a fight against Chris Brown, because there was a video that went viral a few years back, either after that altercation or before that altercation with Chris Brown in the parking lot, and it shows Quavo, Offset, and his entourage trying to jump one big man, and all I can say is that Quavo and Offset both missed their punches. So I'm gonna play this video, and this will justify why I think Chris Brown would beat both of their asses if he was to fight them 1-on-1, hell, even 2-on-1. I think Chris Brown would win. Here goes the video.
Shit.
All right, so at least from that video, that is why I have that opinion right there. In the video, you see that, they again try to attack the big guy, Bigfoot. They try to attack him, and Offset looked like he connected, but didn't do any damage. And Quavo put all his might into that little punch, and he definitely missed. So to me, that was embarrassing, and I feel like that gives Chris Brown more of a reason to call him out. However, now let's get back to these diss tracks, because Quavo may have spent little time cutting back at Chris Brown with Tinder after he caught wind of Chris Brown diss in the song Freak. All right? So this is what Chris Brown said in the song Freak. He said, "Effing my old bitches ain't gonna make us equal. Sipping that 1942 because I don't do no Quavo. Freak bitch, she like Casamigos, not the Migos." Now, again, Quavo was in a group, the Migos. Quavo, that's like a slick wordplay on Quavo, that type of drink or whatever. And then when Quavo got word of the diss, then he responded and did this. He said, "You did the bitch wrong, another bitch gone. She posted with a thug. Call the bitch phone, she won't come home. Don't beat her up. It must be the drugs, no need to cross out your plug. Yeah." That's what he said. Now, obviously, I don't got the flow correct, but he responded, give him a little tap back. You feel me? But then, after that, because I feel like Chris Brown definitely sent the smoke signals, and then once Quavo answered, Chris Brown came with a nuclear bomb he just dropped. So Chris Brown's response to Quavo was explosive, like the bomb I just mentioned, okay? So he targets Quavo's past with violence, specifically the 2021 incident where he fought Saweetie in an elevator. He also talks about running into Quavo at Fashion Week and resisting the urge to beat the rapper up. Now, I'm going to play the video from the Fashion Week real quick. It's a real short video, but it shows that Chris Brown and Quavo were sitting directly next to each other, a lot of people took it as they pieced it up. It was cool, and Chris Brown was quick to let that be known that that was not the case. So I'm gonna play the video real quick, and then we'll discuss. All right, so if you've seen that video right there, they're clearly seated right next to each other. Whoever orchestrated that, they obviously was looking for a moment because we live in a viral society where people want things to go viral, and they were at a fashion show. So I'm happy that they were able to keep it cordial, not get into it, being directly close to each other with this amount of smoke that they had for each other. It was commendable on both of their ends that they was able to keep it cordial. However, shortly after that video release, Chris Brown had posted this. He said, "Can't pick who you sit by. F all that grown nigga. Not finna fumble my bag for little niggas." You feel me? So Chris Brown obviously knew that, listen here, we can handle this another time, but you're not about to mess up my bag. You feel me? And if you look at the video that I just posted, Quavo looks extremely uncomfortable. He got his shades on. He's in his phone. He's probably texting Offset like, "Yo, can you meet me up in Paris so we can jump this bull Chris Brown, like bull right next to me?" And Chris Brown looked like he with all the smoke. He ready. Like Chris Brown looked like he was purposely pressing him right next to him, like, you know, looking this direction. You feel me? Hands like he ready to fight. Like Chris Brown definitely looks like he was with the shits. You know, Quavo looked like he was just trying to keep it cordial, keep it peaceful. And he don't really, I think, want that smoke with Chris Brown. At that time, I don't think he wanted it. He might want it now because this diss track was very disrespectful, which is normally hip hop. They get real disrespectful when they're dissing each other. All right, so now before I get into the lyrics, I want to show the matter of fact. No, I'm gonna show this. I'm gonna get into the lyrics and then I'm gonna show the social media comments. All right, so one of the lyrics he had said, and he had a lot of quotables in there, so I might quote the whole song. But one of the lyrics that was referencing the whole Fashion Week, you know, situation, he said, "All I kept thinking about was breaking your face, but I gave you a pass. You lucky I ain't want to fuck the money up." That's what he said. But again, now I'm about to break down some of the lyrics to the diss track that Chris Brown put out, which is this song right here. It is called Weakest Link, and it shows a picture of Quavo eating a hot dog, which I feel like was like, you know, we all kind of know what Chris Brown was doing with this picture, whatever. He got his mouth open, he about to stick the glizzy in the mouth. We all know what's that alluding to, so I don't even have to say it. But the song is called The Weakest Link, and again, it is calling him the weakest link within the group, the Migos, all right? So some of the lyrics Chris Brown said, he said, "Okay, let's get down to the facts, pussy. I'm dripping red. Don't let this R&B shit fool you, niggas rip to shreds. Quavo talking like he a thug, nigga. You a bitch with dreads." Forgive me on the recitement of these lyrics. Nigga, you a bitch with dreads. Can't wait to see the day that you back up all the shit you said. What's all that bullshit you talking? You ain't no huncho, nigga. You the weakest link out your clique. Let's keep it hundo, nigga. You fuck my ex, so that's cool. I don't give no fuck, lil nigga. Cause I fucked your ex when you were still with her. Hold on. That right there. Chris Brown throwing shots. He literally throwing shots at this boy. That's what that sound was. All right, so now, where was I at? All right, so he say, "They say revenge is sweet, now think about that shit. Don't let that line go over your head. I might just sing about that shit." I told her, "I might just sing about that shit. I had a feeling about that dick. There's something sweet about that shit. I got some tea up out that bitch." So now, for those of you who is like wondering, well, how can he be talking about Saweetie? Like, he literally said, he basically something sweet about that shit. I got some tea up out that bitch. Sweet tea, sweet tea. He also said, "Don't let the line go over your head." So if it went over your head, it's because you're not paying attention. I'm providing the research and the facts for you. All right? So he also said, "But I ain't gonna speak about that shit. I ain't playing chess with a checker player. I'm a ticking bomb on a detonator. I shit on niggas. I'm a defecator. I put a Migo on a ventilator." Yo, Chris Brown definitely going in. Stop talking about beating girls. You was beating bitches on the elevator. We seen the tapes. That's devastating. You doing bad. You a bitch and your music trash. Fashion Week, they set me next to your lame ass. I was truly mad. All I kept thinking about was bricking your face, but I gave you a pass. And then he also said, because Quavo alluded to the drugs. He said, "Quit talking about drugs. Quit talking about drugs. You're the only pack that I've been smoking on. I just hit my plug. Told him come back. I'ma need more than one. Your last album was a weed trade, just some bullshit that we roll up on. You know it's on. Put you to bed night. That's Sudafed. Show me that I'm tender, bitch. Time to prove what you just said." Then this is the part where it kind of got a little, like very disrespectful because he mentions Takeoff. He says, "R.I.P. Takeoff. He the only real one. I got true respect. Crazy how when he died, everybody really wished it was you instead." Oh my gosh. All right. Now, Chris Brown, listen, ain't nobody gonna tell nobody how to respond or how to address someone they don't get along with. I would never tell nobody that. Some people think it's crossing the line. Hey, some people think it's fair game, it's hip hop. People get disrespectful all the time. Nicki Minaj was disrespecting Megan Thee Stallion's dead mama. Tupac told Biggie that he fucked his wife. So I guess this is hip hop. All right. So he went on and on with more things and everything, and just was basically talking about how he got bodied by a singing nigga. Bring real beat to your dim table. My mental state ain't ever stable. Damn. Yeah. He went in. So of course y'all can go listen to the song. I can't put the song here because I don't want to get copyrighted. And I know I probably didn't do a good interpretation of the lyrics, but I was literally reading them off the phone. I listened to the songs a couple times, but I don't have it memorized to do the flow the way the flow was. All right, so now I want to get to some of these social media comments because a lot of people did have some reactions to this. And one of the reactions was this one right here, which said, "Now this how you diss LMAO, laughing my ass off. This man said he hit Saweetie while they were together." Listen, if it's true, you got the right to say it. Next, a rapper getting beat in a rap battle by an R&B singer is nasty work. Now put some respect on Chris' name. I second that. Chris Brown definitely rap better than most of these rappers out there. Next, Quavo better turn that auto-tune up to the max. Chris is outside. Chris definitely outside. Been outside waiting outside. What's that line in that Glow Ritter song? She said she can't come outside today. That means she's scared, right? That's how Quavo looking in this battle rap. Next, it says, "I never seen Chris like this. Yo, he bodied that. I love this. Chris is tired, and I'm here for all of it." Yeah. Now this next one, it alludes to the current rap beef because it's a lot of rap beef going on in the streets right now between Drake and Kendrick, Drake versus Rick Ross, Drake versus Future, and everybody just linking up and not liking Drake. So a lot of people feel as though that the Drake and Kendrick beef is funny, but we should probably get the Minister Farrakhan to sit Chris Brown and Quavo down because that one don't seem safe. This one actually seemed like it would turn into a physical altercation. It definitely seemed like that. And I feel like Chris Brown want that. I think he purposely want the smoke with Quavo. And him mentioning Takeoff, it might actually trigger Quavo to actually want to do a confrontation or, bring his security. We don't know. All right, next, I got, when he said when Takeoff died, everybody wished it was you instead. I parked the car and started running. Dead. Listen here. He took it there. He definitely took it there. Next, got a couple more. Now this one right here is a response from Saweetie, and she had put, "Let me go rewrite these Nani verses." Now Saweetie has been teasing this song called Nani for a while, which talks about how good her Nani is, her punani, which is representing her vagina, and she basically is like, you know what? Since he putting out that he had this, let me go, rewrite something. And if she is, you better go rewrite it and release it soon while this is still in the algorithm. Because Saweetie, as a rapper, you have been out of the algorithm within the female rappers. People like Sexy Red, Ice Spice, and came up. Hell, even JT, and I ain't gonna say even because I like JT, and she was part of the City Girls. So my thing is, you need to get in this algorithm because it was almost over for her as a rapper. So get in that algorithm, and you better confirm, deny, do what you gotta do to get back in the algorithm. Because at this point, you have been inserted into the beef. All right, and I think that's all the comments I have. So my thoughts on this whole situation. So first, I definitely do think that if Quavo was to respond again, that he would need to come hard and he would have to go below the belt. Like he would have to probably bring up the whole Rihanna situation. He'd probably have to talk about his mom, talk about his kids. Like Quavo gonna have to take it to the floor with this one because Chris Brown definitely already put it on the floor. And in my opinion, I definitely do think that Chris Brown will win this battle, whether it's a physical fight or whether it's stay in the booth. Even though Chris Brown is a singer, I definitely do feel as though that he has the lyrical capability to actually beat Quavo. And to back up his claims, I personally do think that Quavo is the weakest link within the Migos. I feel like at first Quavo was propelled to be like the Beyonce. He was like the lead rapper of the group. And I feel like a lot of that was because he had the look, in my humble opinion. He was getting the features on different people's songs outside of the group. And he was being propelled to be the front runner. And I do feel as though that when it comes to Takeoff and Offset, they were better rappers than Quavo. Quavo fit well in the group, but as a solo artist, I don't really buy it. I don't really like it. He had a couple songs. I like the song "Working Me." He had, the song "Switch" with Normani that I liked, and he had, yeah, those are solo songs I like. And then he also, obviously, they had Bad and Bougie. They had Stir Fry, Walk It Like I Talk It. Like they had some great hits as a group. So as a group, I feel like he was good. But like once he went solo, I don't really think he got it like that. So I do back up Chris Brown claims of him being the weakest link in that sense. Further into everything, I don't know how this would end for Quavo. I personally think it's better if Quavo, I don't want to say don't respond because he did respond. I don't have the meme, but he responded with a Young Thug meme in jail looking like this. Like, that's all you got? And I don't understand because it's back to what Lotto said. Do you rap or do you tweet? Get in the booth. Like, you need to get in the booth. All that social media games, like, this is the time where people is putting it on the floor. You need to put it on the floor, shut up. Nobody got time for the social media games. Now, my thing is, I don't think Quavo have the lyrical capability to come back at him, but he might surprise us. He might drop something. But I feel as though that he has to take the gloves off and he has to get real disrespectful, like Chris Brown got disrespectful. That's my humble opinion. But I do think that Chris Brown will win this battle in the end, whether it's in the streets or whether it's in the booth. Chris Brown want the smoke. He ready for the smoke, and he been sending smoke signals ever since the whole incident with him dating Karuchi. And he definitely ain't never let up off of Quavo's neck when it came to Karuchi. I feel like Karuchi done dated other people. He hasn't really had the same smoke, but for some reason with Quavo, and it's the fact that Quavo's not even with Karuchi anymore, and he still got that smoke for him. So he really don't like this bull. And Quavo either need to respond or just let it fly. Like if you let it fly, I understand because I don't think that he will win this battle, and you don't want to lose whatever credibility that you have left as an artist. Because I feel like within the group, people respected you. As a solo artist, I don't really see people putting Quavo on their songs like that anymore. That's my humble opinion. However, again, this has been another episode of Jameer with Journalism. I did my research, I do my research, and this is presented to you by As the Culture Turns. Now, before I get out of here, I always got to remind you, please hit that subscribe button. Subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you can be notified when I drop more content like this. And make sure you follow me on Instagram at Jameer, like you see on the screen with the 3 underscores. And you can also follow me at As the Culture Turns. Now, again, this has been Jameer with the journalism, and my research has been